What's going on, everybody? Maximum quality content here, back at you again on the platform we call YouTube. I thought it would be a little fun to do another tier list, this time focused around the cast and characters of Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. A movie that came out recently, you've probably seen it, and if you haven't, well, perhaps you should. In my opinion, it's a pretty solid mystery film. It's pretty good. The thing that stood out to me, in my opinion, was the editing, especially in the intro. I really loved what they did with the editing in this movie. That combined with the twist halfway through and the sort of mental trickery Rian Johnson plays with you by showing you scenes that didn't actually happen. Duke's Glass, anyone? That stuff sort of elevated it beyond just an average Joe Schmo bland mystery, you know? I should probably say there's going to be spoilers in this video, so if you don't want spoilers, don't watch. Okay, so I've got 5 categories here: great, okay, meh, bad, and unbearable. I'm going to be ranking them based on how much I enjoyed their screen time and how much I could actually tolerate them being on screen. Because, I mean, anyone that's watched this, you know that most of these guys are absolutely just awful. But they're meant to be, that's how they're written. I think ranking it that way would be better, because if I ranked it on how well acted they were, I think they would all be in great. Because if there's one thing I can give this movie, it's that the acting all across the board is superb. Alright, starting off, we got Claire, the politician, the typical bought out, sold out politician that you're supposed to hate. This is based on American politics. Is she a Democrat or a Republican? I don't remember if the movie ever actually stated whether she was a Democrat or a Republican. I don't remember. Either way, she sucks real bad. I think anyone watching can agree with that. As with all the other characters, she's backed sucking on the teat of Miles, as the movie would put it. But being in a powerful political position, it's sort of, you know, it hits harder being backed by a billionaire and being so open about it. And like the rest of the cast, she's pretty spineless. Only in it for her race for the governor position. I don't know though, she's not the worst on this list, but I think I'm going to stick her in bad. She's not unbearable, but as a bought out, sold out politician, I think we can all agree there that she sucks. Okay, Andy, or should I say Helen? Now clearly Helen's meant to be the one you're rooting for. She's the sympathetic character, sort of like a poor teacher invading a rich people's club. So she's the one that you're putting yourself in the shoes of. But if I'm completely honest, I kind of found her character to be annoying. Like, if I'm serious, the reason I find her annoying is because, much like Benoit Blanc, she's a puppet for Rian Johnson's political beliefs, and I'd be completely fine with that. But whenever she's ranting at them, it's not really nuanced. It's just like, oh yeah, rich people suck, without any sort of subtext or anything other than like the obvious, oh yeah, they're sucking on Miles's tea. But aside from that, it's not very nuanced. Then again, it kind of makes sense from her position. I mean, she's just a teacher, plus going into a like a far-fetched world of crazy ass lizard-like unhuman rich people. It makes more sense. Still, she's the protagonist of the film, and though I did find her annoying at times, I still liked her character, and I still love the twist, so I'll put Helen in meh. Alright, next up, Miles Bron. I think you already know where I'm putting this dude. It's not even a competition, is it? If it wasn't obvious enough, this guy is basically Elon Musk. Like there's no freaking argument to be made. He is just Elon Musk, and that's it. Super rich, super hypocritical, super annoying, super unbearable character, and the actor does a fabulous job at portraying that and making you like despise him. In the same vein as Elon Musk, he's like he's just giving money to other ideas that sound, whoa, mind-breaking and awesome on paper, but they're actually dumb. In the film, Miles funds this thing called Clear, which, as expected, ends up to be a disaster. It kind of reminds me of the Hyperloop and the Tesla tunnels that Elon Musk is always talking about, which are full of shit and obviously just BS and not going to work. But of course he hypes it up and everyone's like, whoa, it's amazing, oh my god. If there was a social media in the Glass Onion universe, there would probably be like a million people, well that's underscoring it, there'll probably be like millions of people following Miles being like, oh yo, he's so awesome, how innovative, how spectacular. But yeah, easily unbearable. No debate to be had. Okay, Birdie J. Portrayed by Kate Hudson, I think. Yeah. She's kind of like the sort of irrelevant has-been sort of actress slash model. Once was famous, once was popular, but that popularity has dwindled significantly. She's past her prime, in a sense. She also encapsulates the sort of ditzy blonde aesthetic, like, I screwed my way to the top sort of thing. But no, I'm trying to think, I didn't really find her that well. Aside from all of her, like, ignorance of political correctness, where she makes, like, totally obvious blunders that you wouldn't make today, despite having a PR person. Those scenes were always hard to watch. But she's a hard pick. I don't know where I'd put her on this list. I mean, we definitely haven't reached great or okay territory yet. I think I'm gonna put her in bad. I think because what edges it over for me is like her total ignorance of Peg, who we'll get to later, who basically gives her tons of good advice that once in a blue moon she'll follow but ends up blundering most of the time. I think that for me pushes it right into bad, like that pushed into territory where I found this character annoying. Benoit Blanc. Benoit Blanc. We're gonna put him in great. As with the rest of the cast, Daniel Craig smashes it out of the park. Great performance, as is the first one as well. I mean, like Helen, he basically encapsulates the audience's opinion and the audience's side of the story, being a total outsider out of this group of what are they called? The disruptors. Yeah, that's what they're called. He's the only carryover from the first Knives Out, and that's probably going to be the case for the third one as well. I mean, he's the world's greatest detective, breaking the case, so he's going to be the what's the word, deuteragonist. I mean, also like Helen, he's a arbiter of Rian Johnson's views and opinions. I mean, you can see that especially during the scene where he's yelling at Miles like, "You're an idiot." I mean, there might as well have been Rian Johnson in there just going like, "Elon Musk, you're an absolute twat." I don't know what Rian Johnson sounds like, I just gave him a voice. But putting that aside, Benoit Blanc is just a really entertaining character to watch whenever he's on screen. I mean, now I think about it, this movie definitely leaned on the comedy a lot more than the first Knives Out, by like 10 times more. That's perfectly observable in like the scene where he immediately figures out Miles's half-assed mystery in like 5, like he immediately gets it, immediately puts all the pieces together like it's some trivial like kids puzzle or something. I love that scene. Alright, next up, Dave Bautista, one of the few wrestlers that can actually act. Surprisingly enough, I'm just amazed at how naturally he can fit into the role of a red pill YouTuber. Like he seems like he was made for the role. Honestly, every scene with Duke in it is fucking amazing. I'm just gonna be honest. I'd probably go as far as say he's my favourite character in the film. I mean, he's obnoxious as hell, but that's why I loved him. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in great. Obnoxious as hell, but that's why you love him. And unlike the others, I didn't really find him annoying, I just found him hilarious. I think it would have been better if he started ranting about the Matrix and how the Matrix is controlling us, while showing off his Bugatti, of course. I mean, it's the same case with Guardians of the Galaxy. Whenever Drac was on screen, I was just like, hell yes, I'm super into this. Give me more. I mean, these are two comedic roles. I'm not sure if I've seen anything with Bautista in it which is more of like a serious role. I mean, there is that movie coming out, what's it called? I saw a trailer for it the other day, Knock at the Cabin I think it's called. I think he's playing a more serious role than that. I'm curious to see how he pulls off a serious role. I mean, I'm sure he's done it before, but I haven't seen any of them. I'll probably go check that out just to see Bautista, you know. Alright, this guy. I don't know his name, I've completely forgot. Hold on, let me channel into my memory banks. Hold on. Oh, of course, Lionel. I knew that. Good thing I remembered. He's probably the least standout disruptor to me. On paper, you'd think he'd be the most annoying character. I mean, he's a scientist that's completely ignoring the COVID rules just to go on a fun vacation while everyone else is stuck indoors. They don't have the privilege of going on a freaking island. I mean, he had the whole drama with Miles about the Clear thing, but that was way more well done with Claire, in my opinion. I think him being the smartest of the group, yet completely complicit in Miles's bullshit for the most part, kind of edges him over into being bad, in my opinion. I think we'll put him in bad. Bimbo! Where are we gonna put you? Whiskey, that's her name, yeah. If you had asked me about making a tier list halfway during the film, I'd probably put Whiskey in Unbearable. Because she's pretty much, in this movie, the sort of the Hollywood slut, like, I'll sleep with anyone just to get further ahead, you know what I mean? She's sort of like the anti-Birdie, you know? She's sort of like the anti-Birdie. She's in her prime, whereas Birdie is not in her prime. She's more relevant in the industry, whereas Birdie's on the sidelines now. And you can even see that, like, there's a bit of drama between the two characters during the film. What sort of changes it though is, like, you know, as the context is revealed, it's kind of like, oh, she's just sleeping with Miles to help Duke out, which kind of makes her more bearable. She's still a ditzy blonde who just sleeps around with anyone that'll get her ahead, but at the same time, she's also doing it for Duke. Even though it's a kind of crappy way of doing it, still. Putting her assets to good use, I guess. But did I enjoy her while she's on screen? No, not really. Yeah, we're having a lot of bad entries. I'll just put her in bad. Alright, next up, Peg. Okay. She's technically... Is she one of the... I don't think she's one of the disruptors. She's sort of tagging along just to be next to Birdie because she's her PR person, essentially. I actually enjoyed her character a lot more than Helen's. She felt like the only one on the island with her head screwed on a lot of the time. Well, aside from Daniel Craig, obviously. To perfectly picture it, she's sort of the Shmi to Birdie's Captain Hook, if you know what I mean. She's giving good advice, she seems like she's rational, she's got everything sorted out, but of course, she's working for Birdie, who isn't rational or has everything figured out. Hence why she ignores her advice half the time. This man... Who is this man? Oh, it's Daniel Craig's roommate from the film who only has like one line in there. Hey Mr. Blanc, a package has arrived for you. Or something like that. Now I find it kind of weird that, like, you know, Rian Johnson is obviously a very progressive guy. He's a very, like, left-leaning, leftist sort of guy. But he's sort of just thrown in a gay character for the sake of having a gay character because, you know, the man playing him, I forget his name. Like, confirmed in a recent interview that, oh yeah, we're gay in the movie. He's got a boyfriend, like Daniel Craig's got a boyfriend. It's like, okay, that was never established. It's in the same vein as Disney throwing in a gay kiss at the end for 1 second that they can remove from the Chinese cut or something like that. And it's kind of odd for a director like Rian Johnson to do that. You think he'd fleshed out a lot more instead of just having a throwaway gay character for no reason. But yeah, he's there, he exists. And, you know, maybe they can flesh him out in the third one, give him some more development. But as for this film, he doesn't do anything. So he's not unbearable or great. You know, I kind of feel bad for putting him in the same category as Helen, but I'll say this, they're meh for different reasons. Meh for Helen, because I was kind of conflicted about her character and I wasn't always rooting for her. I found her annoying at times, but I was also at other times like, hell yeah, I'm with you. But I'm putting meh for this dude, because he didn't do anything, and I'm like, I can't even name one line because he literally only has one line, unless he has more that I can't even think of. But yeah, he exists, so he's in there. Oh yeah, and this guy going in great. Do I need to elaborate? I think not. Okay, I'll elaborate a little. He's on the island, but he's not one of the disruptors. He just wants to sit back and enjoy his time, you know? He just wants to kick back and relax, and I can respect that. I can respect the hustle. Doesn't want anything to do with all these disruptors and the murder mystery. He just wants to kick back, and you gotta love it. So great. Anyways, that's the video. That's my Glass Onion character tier list. Like if you liked, dislike if you disliked. Subscribe for more quality content, and I'll see you guys next time.
Have some more chicken. Have some more pie. Have some more chicken. Have some more pie. Have some more chicken. Have some more pie. It doesn't matter if it's boiled or fried. Have some more chicken. Have some more pie. Have some more chicken. Have some more pie. Have some more chicken. Have some more pie. It doesn't matter if it's boiled or fried.